Okay, boys and girls, welcome back. Redmissed in the house once again. How you doing? I hope everyone's doing great. I'm doing great, and we, my friends, are finally making a new video. And I'm very sorry that I haven't done videos in a long time, but hey, that's just how it goes. So, I've been getting a lot of messages on the video that I posted probably about like 6 or 7 months ago now on what drivers to use and strategies and stuff like that on certain tracks. Now, I'm going to give you a quick breakdown on everything that's going on. Now, if you are doing the Chinese Grand Prix, then good luck to you. I'm currently in second. I was going to say seventh for some reason. Second right now. Did just get overtaken, so hey, we should still be fine to qualify for the first stage anyway. So good luck to you in that. But I'm going to give you a quick breakdown on what you need to be doing. Now, in Series 1, 2, and 3, you literally just need to buff your car as much as you can with power and aerodynamics. That's all you need to worry about. Just put as much aerodynamics and power on your car as you possibly can, because all three of these tracks are very or three of these series are very speed dependent. There's only like one track which is here, which is like the Hungary track, that you're really gonna need to worry about having a little bit of grip, but then even then you don't really need grip for it. Now, when you get into Series 4, this is where you're going to need to start making that transition into giving your car a little bit more grip. I would suggest that in Series 4, if you don't have like at least say 30 to 35 grip on your car, you're probably going to struggle to get a good qualifying or like just a good lap on the USA in general, because the USA is a very, very grip dependent track. Not so much that it's going to hurt you if you don't have good grip, but you're going to benefit from having at least 30 grip on your car. Now, when you get into Series 5, you are going to have to start making that sort of heavy transition into beefing up your grip. For Series 5, you definitely want at least 35 grip. If you don't have 35 grip in Series 5, you're going to struggle to do anything. Series 6 and Series 7, you just need as much grip as you possibly can. So start making that transition of taking aerodynamics off of your car and start beefing up your grip. And most importantly, when it comes to Series 7, you just need to screw aerodynamics completely and just buff your car to grip as much as you can, and pray to God that you don't get Monaco and that you don't get a bad qualifying lap, because if you get out qualified in Monaco, you're probably going to lose the race no matter what, because you can like do a one pit stop hard tire strategy and just finish the race. And yeah, if you get out qualified in Monaco, you've probably already lost the race. So just quit the game and go into another one. But that being said, that's a quick breakdown on the cars. I want to give you a quick breakdown on the drivers. Now, for me, the best thing that you can do is fuel management and tire management. If drivers have good overtaking or good defense, then that's a nice little bonus. But the main thing is obviously fuel management, tire management, consistency on a lot of drivers that do have that pretty sucks. So obviously Kafia and Antonio, two of the best drivers in the game. Getting Antonio in Series 2, excuse me, and Kafia in Series 3. You will use these two drivers until the end of time if you really wanted to. As you can see here, look at those driver stats, both of them level 9. Now, I will be honest, neither of them have good consistency. Their consistency sucks absolute dick. But there, Antonio, when he goes from level 8, now from level 1 until level 8, his overtaking is really bad. But when he goes to level 9, from level 8 to level 9, he gets like a 40 overtaking buff. So his overtaking, as you can see, is now 83. Kvyat is the other way round. So when he goes from like level 9 to level 10, he's actually going to go and get like a 30 buff to his defense. So he's got like 90 on defense, which is pretty damn good. He's like the mirror image of Antonio. So Antonio's got the overtaking, but Kvyat has the defense. They both still have really bad consistency, which is your qualifying lap. Both have amazing fuel management. Antonio has one of the best fuel tire managements in the game. You can see down here as I scroll down the list very slowly, the difference in drivers. You can see here, if I look at Norris, you can see his overtaking and defense is pretty poor, but he is going to give you that little bit more consistency. So if you are having really bad luck on qualifying, maybe you want to change out Norris for Antonio to give you that little bit more consistency, or even Kvyat, depending on who you like using more. I personally like Antonio more, so I would replace Kvyat for Norris. Obviously, Roman Grosjean is incredibly good. He is such a good driver. I would replace Kvyat for Grosjean any day of the week if they were both level 9s, because Roman Grosjean is literally just the best common card you can get, or the best common driver you can have. In terms of the epic or the rare drivers, the only one that I would entertain would be Sergio Perez, because he has amazing fuel management and consistency. His overtaking and defense is okay, but his fuel management is really bad. In terms of the other rares, I wouldn't even touch them if I only had to choose out of the rare cars. Now, in terms of the epics, to be honest, I wouldn't touch Nico Hulkenberg because he absolutely sucks. He's as bad as Kubica is. Max Verstappen, I wouldn't touch him either. But Daniel Ricciardo and Vettel and Hammond, very, very good drivers. But in my opinion, the two best epics in the game is Bottas, because he has 100% consistency, 98% on his fuel management, and then 100% tyre management. His overtaking and defense is okay, but not that great. And then Kimi Raikkonen is probably the best epic in the game, with like I think it's 95 overtaking, 100% defense, 100% consistency. His fuel management and his tyre management absolutely suck, but he can do a 4-stop, double 2-stop. So hard tyres for 4 laps, soft tyres for 2 laps, pit and soft tyres for another 2 laps, and he can kill everyone with that race strategy. And I'm going to show you that, and he's only level 3. If you do have a problem with the fact of, if you look at his tyre management is only 25, fuel management is only 38. Now, when he's on level 7, his tyre and fuel management is like 55, so it's still pretty poor. But if you really want to use a driver that does have a stat in low level, now, I don't know the numbers exactly, but I'm pretty sure that for every one that this shows, it's like 10 added to that stat. So for this, it shows that fuel management 1, tyre management 1. So in my opinion, that adds 10 to their stats. So that would, if I was to add that to Kimi Raikkonen, that would make his fuel management 48 and his tyre management 35. Now, I don't know that if that number is 100% correct. So if you do know, tell me in the comments what that number actually is. But from what I can work out myself, each one of them numbers is about 10%. So you can see here, if I was using my hex, it would give like an extra 30 to overtaking, an extra 30 to speed, an extra 30 to wet weather capabilities. So that would make like Kimi Raikkonen's wet weather ability like 75. His overtaking would be like 101, you know? So as I say, I'm not 100% sure on that, but that's my understanding. Now, in terms of car, literally whatever you're using, just use the best you can use. Now, eventually, you will want to use this driving strategy. I'll show you exactly what you're going to want to do eventually. Now, eventually, you're literally going to want to use these 6 pieces, and the only one that will vary will be your Zen, because your Zen will be between your Zen or your freewheeler, depending on what you like to use more, or if you have the freewheeler at level 10 and your Zen isn't very well leveled up. I do prefer the Zen to be my more preferred piece over the freewheeler. Eventually, when you go and get the block leveled up, you will put this on the car, because at level 6 it is the most broken piece of anything in this game. Its power is at 26, or I think its power might even go up to 28, but it's definitely 26. Its aerodynamics is like 14, its grip is like 14, its reliability is 10, and its pit stop is just unbelievably fast. And same goes for the front wing. This piece right here, when you get this up onto level 6 or max level 7, again, absolutely broken. So you will use those 2 pieces. Besides that, you're not really going to use anything. To give you a quick rundown, when you're using your brakes, you will use the soft touch, which you're going to get in Series 3, and you're literally going to use that all the time until you get this bad boy in Series 6, and then once this guy is leveled up, you're going to switch it out. But do bear in mind that the soft touch at level 9, in comparisons to level 7, you are still going to benefit a little bit on grip and reliability. And I do believe that the soft touch actually does have better pit time. So bear that in mind. In terms of your engine, literally you're going to use the Zen, because the Zen is just better. Maybe if you get the freewheeler onto like level 9, level 10, and you still don't have the Zen leveled up, you might use the freewheeler. But yeah, besides that, no. Same sort of deal. You're literally going to use the shredder as of level 4. Maybe you'll switch to the King Cog if you're getting lucky on shards, because you can see here that a level 8 King Cog over my level 6 shredder is going to provide me with 1 more power, 1 more reliability, and a little bit of pit time, but I need the grip right now for the Series 6, Series 7. So to lose that 4 grip kind of makes my car really bad, because it's pretty crazy how much just one thing does. Now, in terms of your rear wing, now this is actually a really important one, because you're going to use the jet stream, then you're going to use the dream stream, because the dream stream just power creeps on the jet stream, so you're going to use that once you get it leveled up, and then eventually you're going to use the wind tunnel, because the wind tunnel is again going to power creep on the previous piece. Now, power creep, if you don't know what power creep means, it just means that it's going to do the exact same job, just with better stats, i.e. more powerful, creeping on the previous item. Now, the laser lock, you're literally going to use the laser lock and that is it. Unless you're in need of speed or aerodynamics, which obviously at the beginning of the game, you're going to use this bad boy because it gives one of the best aerodynamics in the game for the front wings. I believe when it's fully leveled up, it's actually got 14 aerodynamics, but it has absolutely no grip. So then as time goes on, you will switch to the laser lock. And I'm sorry if I'm talking a bit too quick, but I'm trying to not make this go too long. So same deal, you're going to be using this bad boy from level 3. And you're going to level it up as much as you possibly can until you get the Pro Filter in Series 5, and then you're going to switch to this because this is literally the best suspension in the game. And the Zen, same deal, I've already talked about that. So yeah, the Zen will become the block and the front wing will become the flicker, because those two are absolutely broken when you finally get those pieces leveled up. So that being said, hopefully that's helped you guys out a little bit, and I'm going to show you the last little bit here. This box right here is your best friend, and I'm going to show you how to farm them like crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you something, guys. Now, I put Kimi Räikkönen on this game, or into my drivers, on purpose, because I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to spin it down to Series 4 right here, and I'm going to show you a little thing that I like to call domination. Now watch me get absolutely wrecked because I've said that. Okay, so I'm going to show you two different strategies because I've been seeing a lot of people turn around and say to me, well, I've been using your strategy, but like I'm still losing, or can you tell me a good strategy because I've been using triple soft tire strategy because my car's not good enough to run hard tires. I keep losing too much time. So I'm going to purposely show you both strategies on this track. Now, on this track, I can actually do a one stop on Antonio because I do have soft, and in fact on this track I'm actually going to show you it slightly different because I can do a one stop track on this track, and Antonio has kind of let me down on qualifying. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you that with him having 100% tire management, he can actually do a one stop on this track, which is quite nice. So we're going to start off with a little bit of turbo out of the gate. Round that first corner, we're going to turn that turbo off. And you can see here, that turbo has actually just jumped Antonio right up into 19th place. So that is huge. Kimi Räikkönen's up in 6th place. Now, this strategy, or my strategy that I use in pretty much every race, regardless of what races I use, and this is the reason why I do it. Because Kimi Räikkönen has such bad tyre management, such bad fuel management, it doesn't matter what tyre and fuel management they have when you do this strategy. The only difference that the tyre and the fuel management does when you use my strategy is it changes how many laps you can turbo the car for. So for this instance, you're going to be able to see that I'm going to be able to turbo both cars for 3 laps, for 4 laps comfortably. But because of how good Antonio's fuel management is, I'm going to be able to turbo him for like 4.5 to 5 laps comfortably. And it's going to show a huge difference in rank and qualify. You don't even need to worry. Like you can see here, I'm literally in cruise right now. I don't need to worry about people overtaking me. I don't need to worry about what my teammates doing. It's like, oh look, my teammate's using turbo. Let me go and race faster so that he doesn't overtake me. Screw that. Keep your car slow. Don't even look at what your teammate's doing because you don't need to worry about it. You don't need to worry about Antonio in 2nd place. The only car you need to even consider yourself about for the first 4 laps of a race is the guy that's in first or front of your two cars. So in this case, Kimi Raikkonen. So you can see here with really bad fuel management, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit turbo on him on this straight. I'm then going to go ahead and tell him to go into the pit. Antonio, same deal. I'm going to go tell him to turbo. Now, this is the big difference between tyre management, because now I'm not going to pit Antonio. I'm going to pit Kimi Raikkonen, but I'm not going to pit Antonio. We're going to keep Kimi Raikkonen on turbo now, on soft tyres, and we're going to concentrate on Antonio. So we're going to continue to turbo round the track because he's got really good fuel management and really good tyre management. On lap 5, we're going to tell him to go into the pits. And now we forget about Antonio for the rest of the race. We don't even need to look at him again. And we go back to concentrating on Kimi Raikkonen. Now, this is the difference between having somebody that has low tyre management and fuel management compared to somebody that has like good tyre and fuel management. And then I'm going to put Kvyat back in, and I'm going to show you the difference between how to deal with the same race strategy. Now, bear in mind as well, lap 6, we need to bring Kimi Raikkonen into the pit. But yeah, going back to the thought, if your two drivers qualify close together, hopefully that's what they're going to do, and I'm going to show you kind of how to deal with that. So you can see here Antonio running round in happy days. Now, bear in mind, Antonio went and qualified in like, where was it? Like 22nd, 23rd, something ridiculous like that. And he's currently running in 6th place. Kimi Raikkonen qualified in 8th place, and he's only running in 4th. So you've got to bear that in mind, guys. Like, this strategies can, like, having good tyre management and good fuel management can seriously improve your rank over having bad tyre and fuel management, because you can turbo for much longer. So you can see here as well, I only had to pit once on Kimi Raikkonen. So, on Antonio. Kimi Raikkonen had to pit twice. So even though you might think, oh, well, that's only one pit stop, my pit stop is pretty good, and it's a 5-second pit stop. That's like half of a lap. So there's a huge difference in pit time if somebody has to pit twice compared to somebody that has to pit once. So bear that in mind. But you've also got to take that with a pinch of salt, because if you're continuing to cruise to try and make yourself go that extra lap, you're going to lose time, because you've got to remember that soft tyres are 4 seconds quicker than hard tyres. So if you can't turbo, you are going to lose a lot of time. So just bear that in mind. So you can see here that we've just went round that track. We've done absolute great, and we got like, what was it, like 44 points or some shit, which is pretty good, because that means we're still on track for getting the race crate in 3 races. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you the difference by going and putting Kvyat back into the race. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the exact same area, and kind of hope that we get Bahrain again, so that we can do basically the exact same race, but with, oh damn, he's qualified in 3rd place in one of the tournaments. Okay. So we didn't is this the same track? Did I say, wasn't it, where were we last time? We were in Bahrain last time, weren't we? Yeah, so, not so good. Like, this track is actually a little bit harder to do like a one-stop track, but you can see a really nice pit time right here. But you can see here, like, literally, we can do a one-stop on Antonio, and we can also do a one-stop on Kvyat if I want to go ahead and do this. but we don't have to do that. Like, I'm actually going to show you a different strategy on Kvyat. I'm going to show you the triple soft tire run strategy, which is what you'll find a lot of people tend to say is a better strategy. Me personally, I don't think it is a better strategy because you have less room for error. But if you can make it work, then that's great for you. So same strategy, even at the beginning, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go and turbo for that first little bit, and then we're going to slow it down. Now, being that this is a triple soft stop strategy, you're still only going to be pitting twice, but you kind of need to race slightly different. So again, in my opinion, I have races with good fuel management, so I can turbo for 4 laps. Like I said, if you have a racer that doesn't have good fuel management, then you might not be able to turbo for those 4 laps, which could make this triple soft setup a little bit harder, which is kind of why I prefer to do the the hard tires with double soft tires, because you go to lap 4 with the hard tires and then you pit on at the end of lap 4 for your soft tires, the end of lap 6 for your second set of soft tires, and you just do that strategy. Whereas on this one, you're going to see that I need to go with Kvyat, I need to turbo at the end of lap 2, round lap 3, because otherwise I'm not going to make the ground. And I'm also going to be pitting on lap 3. So if you cannot make 3 laps out of your racer on soft tyres, do not use the triple soft strategy, because you're just never going to succeed in doing it. Now, bear in mind, we're still going to be doing the same strategy with Antonio. Now, Antonio can just about squeeze out a 1 stop on this track if you nurse his car a little bit. So bear that in mind. If you nurse his car just a little bit, you can see here, as we go round this corner, I can hit my turbo bar, and this will actually give Antonio the ability. Oh shit, I fucked up. Whoops. Okay, so you don't want to turbo straight out of the gate here. So I kind of messed up a little bit on Kvyat because I was talking to you a little bit about Antonio. So Antonio's safe. You want, as soon as Kimi Räikkönen pits off of that third turbo lap, or hot lap as they call it, you want to put him back into cruise control until lap 6. So you can see here, Antonio's coming into the pits on the lap 5 again, like it was the last lap, just a different track, the exact same strategy, and yeah. So because we did actually keep the turbo on Kvyat, we can't turbo him straight away on lap 6 because of he's not going to have the tyre management probably to succeed. So we're going to wait just a little while until he gets round probably this corner right here, and we're going to turbo him. We now leave Antonio to his own devices until the end of this track. And we're going to be pitting in Antonio. So this is where you turn down Antonio's drive just for a second, because you want to keep him with that tyre capability, because he's just a little bit under being able to 3 laps on soft tyres. Oh my god, I'm talking so much that I'm running out of breath, guys. So now we're in the final stretch. Kvyat is going to go ahead and he's just going to keep that turbo going. Antonio is going to slow down on this last little bit again, and then he's going to turbo, and now he's going to be good until the end of the race. Kvyat is going to be good until the end of the race. But you can see here that, in my opinion, this strategy just isn't as strong as going on the hard tyres and then turboing for two, because the soft tyres just don't give you enough benefit at the beginning of the race. It's as simple as that. Your car is just too heavy on fuel. Like you can see here, Antonio lost his tires right at the end of the race, but he was doing it. Like your car's just way too heavy on fuel to make soft tires like viable. And this is why hard tires at the beginning of the race is better in my opinion, because no one can really overtake very much when it comes to the beginning of the race. And that's pretty much why I prefer going on the soft tyres, because if you do have to change somebody's pit strategy, then you can. Whereas if you have two drivers that can only do 2 to 3 laps on soft tyres and something happens, you might have to pit a guy on lap 2, which you don't want. So, as you can see here, 3 races gave me enough points to unlock this chest, and this chest is an absolute goldmine. This is how you're going to level your car and your racers as a free-to-play player. So bear that in mind. If you have to use your good cars and like go back down to like Series 1, don't be ashamed of doing it, because you're going to be able to get some easy races, maybe finish first and second and get yourself like 47 points towards this chest, and get this chest every 3 races and seriously level up your car. So you can see here Roman Grosjean being leveled up there. We're going to go and level him up. It's going to cost a lot of money as well, but he's going to get a huge consistency boost right there. So that is actually making him a lot more viable in being able to possibly go and replace one of my drivers now. So you can see the consistency is basically the same. I could really just go and swap out Kvyat, and I wouldn't really suffer too much from it, to be honest. So you got to bear that in mind on your drivers. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it from me. If there's anything that you want to know or anything that I didn't cover, please put a comment down below, and I shall see you in the next one. Peace on the streets.